Hey everybody, good morning. Thank you for checking out the channel yet again. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is just some housekeeping things. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is just basically letting you all know some of the changes that I'm going to be having to the channel. So the channel overall is going to be the same, but some of the content that I was going to be releasing is going to be a little bit different, possibly. So I did come out and let you all know that I had some Tri-Zs that I was working on and doing some things with that I had, and it was going to be a winter project. Now I kind of changed it a little bit. I do have a Tri-Z, and by the end of this whole series, I am going to sell it. Right now, you all might see it is posted up for sale. It is on Marketplace, but you know how Marketplace gets. It gets so annoying. People are on there. If you have something for $10, they want to offer you $3. If you have it for $3, they want to offer you $1. So it just becomes annoying, and then there's a lot of security risk associated with things. If I do sell this for the price I have up on Marketplace, it's almost not worth the risk of people coming to my house, knowing all my stuff and where I'm located at, because the content that I put up, you all see what I have. I have a family, I have animals, I have security, but you would hate to have to use and implement all that. I will, 100%. However, sometimes you weigh your options. You know, if you got $30,000 or $40,000 worth of toys lying around, and you're going to have somebody come to your house over, $50 in tires, and they know when you're home, when you're not home. And I've known a lot of people who have had their personal space, people violate their space and come and take their stuff. So I'm just trying to make sure I say that as friendly as possible. But anyways, in this video, what we're going to be doing is getting some of the Tri-Z stuff together. I am going to be blasting some parts, powder coating some parts. As you see, this one's kind of jacked up. It's kind of blurred in the background. But we're going to take a quick video of it, take a look at some stuff. And what I'm trying to do after the 3 frames that I've had is get one solid roller that's going to be looking good, one frame. And then the other one is pretty much going to be close to being able to be a roller, but I'm not going to be able to have all the parts there for that. And I'm not going to buy any parts to get it there. So we'll be seeing what I got going here in a little bit. So that is one, the Tri-Z. The second one is the LTR. It's also posted up. What I decided to do is, instead of putting money into these machines and having them here, the Tri-Z may be the one that I end up keeping and having them here. What I decided to do is put the money into the TRX that I have, the 250R, and make sure that I build a nice solid machine for my son. The plans for that is basically going to be to have the motor mildish, but make sure I put some money into the suspension and the geometry and things like that, because it's more comfortable. And he is a big boy, and he's grown into a position to where his skill set is not Banshee, but he's big as me. So, I have a son who is a defensive lineman for their undefeated middle school team right now. They've allowed, the offense to put up 200 something points in the season as of this video, but the defense has held them to freaking, they're going into the 5th game, and there's only been 16 points scored against them. So he's about his business. He's a defensive lineman. He's 5'10". He's freaking 203, and he's not jiggly. He does his thing. Anyways, off of that, we're going to be building him a Tri-Z at some point in time. Hopefully, if I get these, the sooner I get these done and the sooner I get these going, the Tri-Z is going to be getting, the TRX is going to be getting built. So it's going to be pretty nice. I don't have any visions of what I'm going to do yet. I just know we're going to keep the motor simple. And I have reached out, and what I'm going to do is try to get a lot of information from one of my boys down here in southern West Virginia, Arnold McCoy. He is great with the motor and great with these things. He knows a lot more about this than I do. I reach out to him with a lot of questions I have, and he helps me with tons with the jetting and just kind of ideas. He knows a lot more about the companies that build things and what's good and what's not. And then Josh Wickline, he helps me out a lot with the color. He can make a machine look beautiful. Arnold knows more about the parts. Josh knows more about how to make them looking, this will look bad with this. I will throw that color in there. So we're going to figure out what the whole plan is going to be, along with trying to incorporate my son. Enough of me. We're at 5 minutes for the freaking intro. Let's look at this this Tri-Z sitting right here behind me. All right, so here is the Tri-Z. basically what she is missing is we need a new top end be put into her. So we need rebore and a piston in there. I need to check the bore size. And, I don't know if this cylinder is already maxed out. I don't really know much about this. We're going to powder coat the wheels, and they're going to be the gold, the candy gold, as well as the front hub, the axle, and all that stuff. We'll address all that later. But we're just going to keep it nice and clean. The majority of everything's here. Top end, carburetor, radiators is about it. I can figure out the wiring harness and see what they got done here, but that's just about it. There isn't a whole bunch that's missing. But as you see, this frame is kind of in rough shape. I am going to disassemble and get it all powder coated and everything at some point. But for right now, we're just going to keep this one as what it is. And we're taking parts off. And as we take parts off, we're transferring it over to here. So here is the powder coated frame that I have. I already have the radiator guards right there. I vapor blasted and cleaned up this lower triple clamp. And as you see, this is one that hasn't been vapor blasted. So you see what the looking like is the difference. Our tops, this one has been powder coated with the satin black. I am going to do some zinc plating to the hardware and get it all cleaned up. Just like this bolt here. I want this all to look nice and clean. But when you come over here to my little rack, I got junk all on the floor. Don't judge me. These are all other parts that I'm doing in black. Another uppers, the handlebars, and then just a bunch of miscellaneous clips. What I do is make sure I have enough to have like a full load. You don't do like one piece of laundry. You do a full load of laundry and get everything done. So all this is going to be here in the oven in a little bit. So we're going to get those parts in the oven and get the clamps, get the forks Cerakoted as well. The bottom half are going to be black, and we're going to get all that reinstalled. And that way it's just sitting here on the machine. And then I'm going to look at doing the swing arm and all that. I would love to be able to get this thing into a roller in the next few days. I'm off for the next few days. So it's going to be something that I'm going to be working on hard to see if we can get this thing down. And everything that's going to be coming off of it is coming off of this one. It's just going to go directly over onto here until we basically just need a top end. So we're going to get rolling with it. I'm going to hopefully have this video about 15 minutes long. It's not going to be a complete video series or nothing, a complete video, but just getting you started. All right, so progress has been moving on. These little parts that I had done earlier, they're all kind of hung up here, and they're all looking good and everything. We have the front forks. They're right there. They have already been blasted. I did blast them, and then I did air cure Cerakote them just to make sure I had as much chemical resistance as possible. I know some of I didn't want to paint it. I didn't want any spray paint on it. I kind of avoid doing that. I don't know, just as I've been doing these builds, that's become one of my little pet peeves. But we're going to take a look at where we're at right now. There we go. So powder coated the rear the frame. We got the handlebars done and installed. We have the hardware that I redid. I zinc plated that, zinc plated this. This is just like the copper anti-seize. I got to clean these little caps off here and put caps back on there. Powder coated the headlight bezel. Upper mount powder coated. Lower mount vapor blasted. Shocks are great condition. And we have the black Cerakote on those. I think that black Cerakote is touchable. Within a few hours, fully cures in 5 days. Got plenty left still to do, but we're getting there. But these are what takes some time too. I try to make sure I get my other parts that I'm going to be using prepped. So zinc plated and blasted, powder coated black as well. We got the wheel already off. Hopefully I'm able to get the front and rear wheels done tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not sure if that's going to be in this video right here or not. But yeah, we're going to finish taking the rest of this stem out. So vapor blasted, zinc plated that. Get this vapor blasted and cleaned up. Just so we can start building onto a second one. So I am going to sell one for sure. Am I going to have another one? Who knows? And yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all peeping my 94 back there. Looking good. But I got other little small things like the front brake system has to be vapor blasted, powder coated, cleaned up, looking good. So it's going to be looking new when it goes on. I need to do the same thing for the rear, but there is no rear here yet. It's just free back there. My plans are the axle is going to be the goldish color. The swing arm is going to be, I think I'm going to do it the Acura silver. The hubs are going to go back gold, Acura silver ends, or maybe gold. Who knows? We'll see. Got plenty left to do. Not a huge project. Well, not a huge, press for time. But I want to get you all some content out there so I will know what's going on. This was completely done off screen, so that's a whole nother beast. Not really worth talking about in this video, but just bred the brakes today too, so we're good on that. But yeah, looking good. So depending on how this video is, how long it is, I might actually upload some more content, see what's going on. I might put the wheels in here, might put the swing arm in here or not, I don't know. Keep them short, maybe 15 minutes should be good. 10 minutes should be good as well. Keep it short enough so that we watch, and then we'll keep watching for the next uploads and things. These wheels are just on the back to counterbalance the weight. I am thinking I'm going to trade them off for one of my boys who have a 93. We're going to see about trading those. He has some aftermarket silver ones on there. But yeah, that's it for right now, everyone. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube, obviously, and TikTok. It's all on here. My build's going on. Help the channel grow. Help get my name out there. Get bigger and better. All right, so I decided to get a little bit more content. Got junk everywhere. Maybe I should have cleaned up before I started, but we all know what's here. I went ahead and set this one up so I can start taking it apart. And then as things get completely off of it and get redone, they're going to go over to this machine. So that's what I'm actually going to be doing here, is just lightening it up a little bit, taking off the exhaust, the axle, and all that stuff, getting it down. Now, what I did find was, here's my rear wheels. These ones are shot. See how the holes are all ovaled out? So that's shot. And I'm pretty sure my tires are pretty cracked up. So she's going to be in for a new set of rubbers. 18s is pretty small for it anyways, I think. I'm not sure what they come with, so I'll probably put a 20 on it. This is an opportunity that I'm going to decide. I'm trying to go kind of cheap with it. I got 18-inch aluminum wheels here that I could use. And they fit the lug pattern. Nope, that's crazy. They come with it, but they don't fit. So I'm going to buy some other wheels. I guess the decision is going to be, do I just get some like bead locks for the rears and yeah, that's going to be a deciding factor. I need to think about what I'm going to do. I can put a Yamaha hub on it, something like a YFZ or something like that, give a little bit more offset, and then run those kind of rear wheels on it. I didn't want it to be crazy looking, but super clean. So, yeah, I'll figure that out. Let's just go ahead and keep on getting it tore down. All right, so where did we get? What did we figure out? So this is what my plan is going to be. Now, I don't think anything really changed up much. Let me go ahead and turn a little bit more lights on. Whew. So, we have our Tri-Z here looking good. We got the swing arm blasted, powder coated, and it is a Acura silver. That's what I use. It's a little bit more of a dullish silver compared to some of the others. So here it is in comparison to the other. So that's what we're going to be using over here on this. As you see, we got this one down to nothing. Plastic part taken off. I do have to tap these threads and get this out of there. These pieces of metal got stuck in there. I don't want those in there. Go ahead while we're waiting. A little bit of PB blaster in there. Let it penetrate. Gonna try to drill those out. Might have to tap for a bigger size thread, but we'll figure that out. Got the axle, carrier, sprocket, all that stuff off. So the axle's here. carrier. These are going to come off the brake sprockets and get blasted. I would assume I'm going to buy new ones. I don't really know what the standard, what these things look like. This, I don't like that. I mean, they have a little bit of play. I'm pretty sure they're designed that way because it's 2 pieces, but I would prefer to run the solid Banshee one. So I want to do some research in a bit to see what all I need to do. Gas tank, shield, foot peg, might need to replace those. Gas tank, so I already have a powder coated shield over there. But yeah, so rear shock. Found this has pitting in it, so this is not even rebuildable. So this rear shock is pretty much junk. So I'm going to see what a replacement's going to be and what else can go into here and not have to be, you know, exactly a Tri-Z. You know, I know there's different shocks that fit there that people have good luck with. Yeah, we're going to take this foot peg off. This looks like it's slightly, I don't know if it's bent out, but it's definitely bent down. So, yep, we're getting this thing naked. I got a swing arm rebuild kit, so in theory, I can get the swing arm and everything back on there just with no shock. And so let's see what I would have. Over here, I have a swing arm. I have a carrier. This is the powder coated carrier. I just wanted to see what goes in it. It looks like Banshee shocks will work. So Banshee bearings will fit in there. I just need to make sure they're the right, you know, thickness and all that, because I got to get the other one taken apart. So once we have the swing arm on, we have the carrier. Once we have the carrier, I already have a powder coated axle that I'm going to be using back here in the corner. Got all that anti-seize in the middle. We'll see about what sprockets and brake things I'm going to use over here. I need to get 2 different hubs in order to run these 10-inch Banshee wheels, which are 20 by 11 by 10, or we're going to run the 9 inches that are sitting out here, but they're going to get blasted and powder coated and be gold. So just wrapping my head around what all I got to be getting done. I mean, it really won't take me much to get this thing back on the ground. And then there's all the small details, the brakes and all that other stuff that I got to find. You know, I got to find a rear caliper there. Once we get all that done, I want all that done. I want the brakes done. I want the electronics to be back on to make sure I got continuity to all the wires. I want the back end to be on the swing arm. I'm going to see if there's a rebuilt kit that is needed for this. Once all that is done, and the rear shock, then I'm going to dig into the motor. So, wish me luck. So I think that that's doable for right now. We have a solid plan. We're making progress. We know what we're going to be going. We know what we're going to be doing. Honestly, once I get this one done, I might like to keep that one. Build myself another one. You know how that goes. Build myself a red one. I heard people put like the YZ 252 stroke motors in here, and you know, who knows. I love custom things, and as I'm building this one now, as always, don't want to get rid of it. So, and if I did one, do that BVC racing, inverted forks and all that, throw some money at it. But that'll be long down the road if I do that, because the purpose of selling this one is be done with it, then go with the Tri-Z, the TRX 250R. So, all right, everyone, we're going to close this one up officially. We'll see you in the next video. Let me know if you enjoy this kind of content. If you want to just keep going with this Tri-Z, we will.